Let's try that again. Okay, that was called repeater feedback. All right, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever in the world you may be. I'm Roland KC6JPG for the Amateur Television Network's The Weekly Net. The Amateur Television Network is a series of repeaters making it possible for you, our amateur television and, of course, YouTube superstars. Yes, we are live on YouTube right now, to make video communications with one another within our network coverage area. You can follow us globally on our YouTube channel, and that is youtube.com/amateur television network. And you'll be able to see not just our live coverage, but you'll be seeing a lot of our we call recorded videos of our nets, especially for this year. Definitely getting a great collection of some of our fantastic nets. Don't have any RF equipment but want to participate in amateur television? Well, have no fear. We have our Whereby system, and that's our Whereby video ingestion system that goes into the studio here and out into everywhere on our repeater system. And that's whereby.com/ATN1. And of course, here's our beautiful group out there. You got it. Give it a big wave, everybody. You know it. You got it, because you are the superstars that you are. Excellent. Looking great. Awesome. For more information about the Amateur Television Network, you can always go to our website, www.atn-tv.com. And believe it or not, we just got the rights to edit the website. Yes! So we can finally update information, update some new members that we have, and, of course, update all the pages. Because we got some events coming up. All right, and of course, DMR Radio, we have our own private line. That's right, called the Talk Group, and that is 3196 on the Brandmeister Network, Amateur Television Network, and we're also on Plan B, called TGIF, Talk Group 224, the Amateur Television Network. We'd love to hear from you, always. This portion of this net is a directed net. Transmissions may be made after acknowledgement by net control, and a clear frequency is always appreciated. All right, we're going to get things started with bulletins and general announcements, and of course that will follow after a brief pause for any priority traffic. I'm Roland, KC6JPG, your net control tonight. All right, not hearing any priority traffic at this time. We're going to go right into our bulletins and announcements for this evening's net. Yes, Don Wilbanks is with us and going to be presenting Amateur Radio Newsline at the end of our check-ins. So it's always very, very exciting. And, of course, I'm waiting for Mike, WA6SVT, for what we call the Pitcairn update because he's getting he's applying strategy on his packing because he's got a little more things to carry, like fans and, fans for the HV 320 or 310 transmitter. That's going to go to Pitcairn Island for their TV station. So pretty exciting stuff. Mike's going to be taking his HF radio. He's going to be hoping he takes his DMR radio and his hotspot, so this way he can communicate with us, whether it be on the ship, whether it be in the Tahiti, or whether it be on Pitcairn Island. So hoping that he does bring his DMR radio. It would be really awesome. Also, coming up in August, last full weekend in August, and that will be the DATV QSO party. So come one, come all, and I'm going to get my phone out. If I have my phone out. I don't have my phone. Oh, well, it is what it is. All right. Well, let me go to a calendar here and see if I can actually bring it up. Because it's going to be, like I said, the last full weekend in August, and that will be August 24th, and that will be for New Zealand and Australia, and that'll be August 24th our time on Thursday. And, of course, the United States, we're going to be getting started on Friday, August 25th our time. It'll be the 26th their time. And it will start at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, 7 p.m. Central Daylight, and of course 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight. And we're going to start in our traditional way. Art Towsley is going to be first and bring up his group. And then, of course, we're going to work our way towards the Midwest and make our way towards Jim Andrews and his group with the Boulder Amateur Radio Club. And, of course, the anchor, us here on the Amateur Television Network. We'll bring people from RF as well as our chapter stations on, whereby, and throughout the country and the world. And that'll be great. And of course, Tony will probably chime in because he's right in that area. So mark that calendar for Friday, August 25th at 5 o'clock p.m. That's when the United States gets started for the annual DATV QSO party. So that's going to be a lot of fun. All right. So that is the messages that I have it. So any stations that like to announce any bulletins or announcements on the RF side, come in at this time. KC6, JPG, Net Control.
What's going on? But my announcement is that my dinner is ready, so I have to check in and check out. This is KO6E.
KO6E, KC6JPG. Well, very good, Merv. Got you checked in, got you checked out. I'm sorry you can't hang around and have a little fun, but that's okay. We definitely understand the priority of priorities and priority of family, too. You got it, Merv. Thank you very much for checking in. All right, standing by for any bulletins or announcements from stations here in the Amateur Television Network coverage area. KC6JPG, Net Control. All right, not hearing any bulletins, additional bulletins or announcements. I figured that Mike was going to pop in because he did bring his camera with, and he's probably got tied up. It's all good. So he'll pop in any moment. All right, we're going to go into check-ins, and we're going to start with Mount Wilson here in Southern California. Mount Wilson check-ins come in at this time. KC6JPG. Very interesting. You thought Steve might make it over. Let's see if Steve is around. WA6EJO, KC6JPG. Steve, are you there on Mount Wilson? All right, well, let's go to Snow Peak this time, serving the Palm Springs area and, of course, the Yucca Valley and upper desert regions of Southern California. And let's check in Earl, KJ6DQR, and Julie, KJ6FYY in Cathedral City.
Hello, everybody. Earl here in the Cathedral City Code. Not a whole lot new to report. Weather here's still been pretty nice. We've been very lucky. For June 6th, right? I imagine your guys' weather is pretty good too. Just plugging away at work. Other than that, all's well. Seems like I did a lot of equipment repair this month. Like I was telling Roland earlier, owning iron, I'll tell you, it's just, my grandpa say owning iron sucks. But anyway, but I need the equipment that works. And that's about it. Hope everybody has a great week. And hope it doesn't get hot too fast. KJ6.
KJ6DQR, KC6JPG. Earl, you're audio is really low. It was definitely into the noise floor. So I don't know if you want to adjust your audio and try it again, and we'll try it again. KC6JPG. KJ6DQR, KC6JPG, whatever you did, you fixed it because I hear background noise and I heard you popping the microphone there. So you got it fixed, my friend. Right back to you, KC6JPG.
Okay. Yeah, we're having inversion layer issues. Anyway, I just wanted to wish everybody a great week, and the weather's been very nice here for June 6th. And I'll catch you guys later. KJ6DQR. Yeah, there it goes, locking up again. KJ6DQR.
KJ6DQR, KC6JPG. Very good, Earl. That was great audio. Just a little bit front end overload, but other than that, we got your audio back again. So great job, and thank you very much for checking in. And equipment repair, I can definitely relate. You got it. I run a factory. I know all about equipment repair. Yeah. 500 horsepower motor. Yeah, burnt. That's an expensive job. All right. Anyone else on Snow Peak? How about Keith? N6GKB, Yucca Valley.
N6GKB in Yucca Valley. Yep, we had the same conditions out here in the high desert. Right now it's 66 degrees. I don't even think we broke 80 degrees today. And a nice breeze all day. It's kind of different. I think I looked on the computer for history. 2 years. I couldn't find out last year, but 2 years ago it says it was 106 up here today. So yeah, big difference. So no complaining though. No, I know the heat will be here soon enough. So anyhow, everybody have a great evening. We'll be watching, monitoring. I got a bunch of stuff I got to get done around here in the radio room, but I'll be in and out, popping in and out here, but I'll have my headphones on listening, guys. So, N6GKB, Yucca Valley. Guys, have a good one.
N6GKB, KC6JPG. Well, very good, Keith. Yes, good video, good audio. Excellent. And yes, it's going to get hot. I can feel it just from this April cloudiness, May gray, June gloom. It continues. We just had one nice day, and that was last Saturday when we had sunshine in the early morning. That was really awesome. Well, very good, Keith. Thank you very much for checking in. You're looking great. Excellent. All right. Anyone else on Snow Peak that'd like to check in? Come in at this time. KC6JPG, net control. Okay, we cross our fingers because the fade is happening, and let's go to Oat Mountain. This time we're going to check in our buddy Bob, W6KGE, on the west side of Simi Valley.
West side, and I saw Glenn on the east side earlier, and I saw Alan. So it sounds like we got a nice group here at Oat Mountain. Back to you, Roland, and have a great week, everybody. W6KGE.
W6KGE, KC6JPG. Yeah, your signal got cut out for like the last, for the first 10 seconds, and then you came right in. So very good. And got you checked in, my friend. And we're hoping that Glenn is out there. So as a matter of fact, we're going to go to the east side. Yes, the east side of Simi Valley. There is an east side of Simi Valley, and that's where Glenn is at. WA6GNB. Glenn, are you out there?
Yeah, here are all. Gee, what a bad picture. Anyway, yes, I'm on the east side of Simi Valley. I had to look at my weather station to find out where I was. Anyway, hi all, and hope you have a good rest of the week and weekend. This is WA6GNB, east side of Simi Valley.
WA6GMB, KC6JPG. Very good, Glenn. Got your audio. Video-wise, signal was so weak that I got a blue screen on my system, and then, of course, you popped right in there on the last 20 seconds of the transmission. So we got you checked in, my friend. We saw you, and it's great to see you again. So wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much for checking in, my friend. All right, how about Alan, W6IST, Porter Ranch?
Hi, Roland and Ned. This is Alan, W6IST here in West End, Porter Ranch. And off into the... Oops. Signal's not too good coming back, but it looks better than Glenn's signal, so maybe you copied this. Anyway, we won't hold it too long. Back to you, Roland, and have a good week, everyone. 73 from Porter Ranch here. This is W6IST.
W6IST, KC6JPG. Well, very good, my friend. Thank you very much, Alan, for checking in. Sorry about the transmission problems, but we did get you, and hey, you're looking great. So keep up the great work, my friend. Keep working out, because it's definitely paying off big time for you. I love it. Thank you for checking in. All right. Just curious if Mike from Valencia is out there. K6LDK. Not sure if you're going to be making it on RF or on whereby. I'll be standing by. KC6JPG, net control. Yeah, we haven't seen Mike in about the last 3 weeks, so we may have to give him a phone call, make sure he's okay. So, sounds good. All right. Anyone else on Oat Mountain that'd like to check in with the Amateur Television Network's The Weekly Net? Come in at this time. KC6JPG.
WA6EJO, it's raining here, and Wilson 1.2 is dropping in and out. I think Oat 3 gigahertz actually a little better.
Well, WA6EJO, KC6JPG. Well, very good, Steve. I did call you out on Mount Wilson, so I'm glad you checked in through Oat. So that's great news. Very good, my friend. Anything for the...
QRU. Oh, I see color.
WA6EJO, KC6JPG. Well, very good, Steve. Thank you very much for checking in. Sorry about the fade problems, but we did get you and got your audio. So thank you very much for checking in, my friend. Anyone else on Oat Mountain that'd like to check in? Come in at this time. KC6JPG. Nick. All right, so that is Oat Mountain, and now we're going to go to our hub of the amateur television network system, and that is Santiago Peak. And of course, that's 360-degree coverage, and that will serve all the way down from the Mexican border all the way through Santa Barbara. So it does a great swath. We're going to start with Gordo, WB6 NOA, Costa Mesa.
And live from Costa Mesa, Gordo and the gang, WB6NOA. And I want to thank our friend in Florida for all the information on the amateur television aboard weather aircraft. Fascinating report. That's Wolf, and thanks Wolfgang for that info. And Roland, would you mind sending me, again, the email you sent me a few weeks ago? It got gobbled up when we were changing computers, and I just want to make sure I have your right address. And beyond that, we're getting ready for field day, getting all the right headphones to work with the right radios, and we'll be on the air. So everybody have a great week this week, and Gordo and the gang, WB6 November Oscar Alpha.
WB6NOA, KC6JPG. Very good, Gordo. Yes, field day is coming up very, very fast. As a matter of fact, it's going to be June 24th and 25th that weekend, and that is a lot of fun. If you've never done field day, as a ham radio operator, you got to try it at least once, if not twice, if not 10 times. I usually go to certain areas and grab some footage during field day, so I'm hoping to, check out some of the other radio clubs in Orange County, and go to Riverside County, and of course here San Bernardino County, and we'll see what we can dig up and do a little video digging. So that would be really cool. It's really cool to see stations setting up on in adverse conditions, and either out in a park or up on a hillside or even on top of a mesa. It's a lot of fun. So Gordo, thank you very, very much for announcing field day coming up in 2 weeks from Saturday. Thank you. All right, let's go to Riverside. Let's check in Norm, KD6 OMV.
Well, good evening. This is Norm, KD6 OMV over in Riverside. I'd like to say hi to everybody out there on the net tonight. The weather hasn't been too bad. It's been kind of overcast and cool, and I don't expect it to last. I can anticipate we're going to have some warm weather in short order here. Anyhow, glad to see everybody that's checking in tonight. Let me see here. Let me decrease the volume slightly, so it comes through a little clearer. It's like borderline feedback. Anyhow, yeah. So anyhow, it was interesting about your motor problem there, Roland. 500 horsepower, huh? That must have been quite the problem. I've worked with DC motors before too, but only up to about 100 horsepower. Anyhow, I'll turn it back to you and not belabor the point. And that's about it for this evening. Ran out of things to say. Anyhow, back to Roland, KD6 OMV in Riverside.
KD6 OMV, KC6JPG. As ham radio operators, I never thought we'd ever run out of anything to say. Boy, when we can strike up a conversation, we can go forever. That's for sure, including me, the Energizer Bunny. Yes, I got 3 factories, and of course we range from we got AC inverters, everything from 4 from the 3 horsepower variety, fixed speeds for fans, and all the way up to 100 horsepower DC, 100 horsepower AC inverter. Of course, then we got the 200 horsepowers, and that's on DC. And of course, my 8-inch 24-to-1 extruder runs on a 500 horsepower. And the armature, the commutator needs to be recut because it got burnt, and of course the fields are shot. So it's that's a. I got the bill. That hurts. So, but it's a lot cheaper than a new one. I'll tell you that. Very good, Norm. Thank you very much for checking in. We appreciate you. All right, we're going to Rancho Cucamonga this time, and we're going to check in our buddy Tom, the president of the Amateur Television Network here in Southern California chapter, WB6HYH.
My toast. Helps if I turn on the mixer. Okay. Didn't have it on. I'm here now, WB6HYH in Rancho Cucamonga, and just been working around the house a lot lately. Actually took a couple days off this weekend and did some ham radio. I always like to operate an event called Museum Ships Museum Ships Weekend Event, they call it. It's not a contest, it's just a event where you can see how many museum ships you can operate around the world. And there's a lot of them. We had over 100, I think it was 102 or so. And in the past we've had more than that, but all these museum ships, like I belong to the battleship Iowa out in San Pedro there, and operate. Didn't get a chance to go down there this weekend, so I operated from the house. But it's always a fun event. If you operate at least 15 ships, then you can send for a certificate, and I've gotten one for the last 5-6 years, I guess. And it's not that hard to work 15 ships. So I think I had 21 for this week or this year. And let's see. So that's a lot of fun. I'm hoping next year I'll operate from the battleship because it's like being a DX station. Everybody's piling up on you, trying to work you. And the part that anybody who operates at HF will recognize. The first year I did this, I made a list of all the ships. There's like, maybe a dozen ships just in the state of California. And between San Francisco and up north from there, and San Diego's got 3 or 4 or more. And, there's a lot of ships all over the place that have ham stations on them. And I made a list of all of them, thinking I was going to work all those, and I thought, oh man, I'd get my 15, no problem. Well, most of the time they're on 20 meters, 15 meters, 40, and they skip right over you. Unless you're really close, you'll won't be able to operate it. It was amazing, unless you do it just right. Now, to operate the Midway down in San Diego, I pointed my antenna down there and I lost the station. I heard them, then I lost them. I had to point it back east again. I think I was bouncing my signal off of San Jacinto or something to get down to them. But the strongest signal to Midway down in the San Diego area was pointing my antenna eastward. So a lot of crazy things, but it's a lot of fun. Operated the Missouri out in Hawaii and several other stations. But anyways, that was a lot of fun. I enjoy doing that every year. Did it this last weekend and had a lot of fun with it. Haven't been able to operate ham radio like I like. I got so many activities going on around the house here right now that I'm trying to get done so I can spend more time doing my hobby and hobbies. I've got a couple others that I want to get to. Coin collection and so forth. So that's about it for me around here. All the equipment seems to be working okay. This is definitely working good. I appreciate Mike and everybody that put all the effort into getting to 2.4 working again up at Santiago there, and it's looking good, if not better than always. But looking forward to Mike when you go down there to the islands. Mike, we're going to see if we can work you down there. We should be able to, I hope. So we'll keep in touch, let everybody know when we hear Mike. We'll be sure to get the word out so everybody else can try to work him on HF too. That should be a lot of fun. So I really like ATV. I really like HF. Gosh, I was a ham for probably 10 years or more before I even knew what VHF or UHF was. All my activity was on HF bands. But we still occasionally frequent the VHF, UHF, but we found recently we like the very, very high frequencies. Gigahertz type, like here on ATV. But anyway, we're getting long-winded here. Good to see everybody out there. Always like all the group that checks in from all over, and got a good group checking in on RF there from Oak Mountain and around the area, and getting more all the time. So it's looking really good, and we're going to keep working at it to see if we can get more people going. So with that, we'll say 73 to everybody. Have a good rest of the week, and we'll talk to you all next week, if not before. Back to you, Roland. WB6HYH, Rancho Cucamonga.
WB6HYH, KC6JPG. Well, very good, my friend. Thank you very much, Tom, for checking in. Yes, your picture is definitely closed circuit quality. It looks great on my monitors today, and of course on our whereby system, and and of course the audio. You might want to just back off the microphone just a little bit because it's got a little bit rumbly and a little bit of overload, just slightly. Just you might want to back it off, and it'll be perfect audio. Other than that, wow. Great report. Really appreciate you, my friend. And keep up with the house chores, definitely. So if the family's still there, definitely take advantage of it. So, Tom, thank you very much. And I'm waving at you right now from high atop, probably about another 300 feet. I'm higher than you. There you go. Yep, there we are. We got the wave. Very good, Tom. Thank you so much. All right, continuing with check-ins on Santiago Peak. I'm not sure Gary is back, but I'm going to give it a try. I know he's in Oregon from last time, but we'll give it a try. W6KVC, KC6JPG. Oh, I thought I heard someone on 2 meters there. And where'd my DMR radio go? I just had it. Anyway, I'll find it. Oh, there it is. Ha-ha. Okay, just in case people wanted to call me. Anyway, all right, anyone else on Santiago Peak that'd like to check in, come in at this time. KC6JPG, net control. All right, we're going to go to our buddy at Job's Peak, which he's at Mount Wilson at this time. And, of course, that's Mike Collis. WA6 SVT. Mike, it's great to see you, my friend. How's it going tonight?
Oh, hello, everybody. WA6 SVT. I was looking for my drill bit index. Couldn't find it, so I had to drill a couple holes here. This is the an amplifier for TV channel 25, and here's the cooling fan that gets mounted with the Anyway, I don't have it all bolted in, but this will all go together. But this will put out 8 watts digital for Pitcairn's first digital TV station. So anyway, and it should be, if all the paperwork goes through right, it'll be known as ZB-TV, with ZB being the UTC's 2-letter designator for that area for a commercial license. And their old radio station that they used to talk to the ships on before they started using VHF was ZB and then P for the P being for Pitcairn. So this is very similar to an ATV power amp. It's a 45 watt brick, 40 dB gain. This is the one that's higher in range that we use. This is 440 to 512 is the frequency range. So this thing works out good. I did put some over temperature that opens up the bias, 10 amp fuse, got a 10 amp diode in here for revert, in case the voltage gets hooked up backwards, Teflon coax, all the good stuff. Anyway, that's what's going on really even next week. So first to Tahiti for 4 days, and then 2-day ride over to Pitcairn on the boat, and then or the ship. And I'll be over there. By the way, in another day or 2, maybe 3, there's going to be a VP6A as an alpha, which is going to be a small D expedition from Ducie Island. And they're going to be there until the 24th from what their website says. So there'll be about a 4-day overlap between me being on shipboard and then on the island. So I hope to make contact with them. So you probably will hear some activity increase through the VP6 call signs. And as you guys know, my call sign is VP6MC down there. Anyway, other things going on this Saturday. I'm driving out and meeting a couple of the guys in Arizona. We're going to go up to White Tank, get the voice repeater fixed, and that'll be a chance for their president, Ed, to see how to get, he's got 4-wheel drive, to see how to get to the site. And then Joel, who recently moved to Tucson, he's coming up as well. So so he'll also see what the site's at and where all the gear's at. And that's pretty much it. Got a little bit of gear to go down to Mount Lemon. So the stuff I have ready, I'll bring with me just to get it out of the garage. Alrighty, back to net, the WA6SVT.
WA6SVT, KC6JPG. Well, very good, Mike. I'll tell you, you have one busy schedule before your vacation. Wow. So, we really appreciate all the work that you're doing. We appreciate you going to Arizona just before your vacation so you can get the White Tank up and running again. That will be terrific. And as you well know, I'm still waiting for that first IC905 transmission, whether it be from Arizona or from California or anywhere on a repeater. I'm just waiting. A lot of these radios have sold, and they sold 37 of them at HRO at Anaheim Hills. Just that store alone. And so, those radios are darn hot. So we're definitely looking forward to seeing a transmission from an IC905. Anyway, from Mike, thank you very much for all that you do. We're definitely looking forward to making communication with you from the island and hopefully from the ship too. So don't forget to bring this. You'll need it. And don't forget your hotspot too. You'll need it too. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike, for checking in. All right, anyone else on Job's Peak that'd like to check in with the Amateur Television Network, the Weekly Net, come in at this time. KC6, JPG, Net Control. All right, we're going to go to Santa Barbara, and we're going to get a Santa Barbara report from none other than Rod himself, WB9 KMO KC6JPG, and I just had him, and he dropped. Oh, here he comes. Okay. There we go. There's Rod now. So WB9 KMO KC6JPG. Rod, it's great to see you tonight. How things are going on your end, and how things are at Santa Barbara? Going to you, KC6JPG.
Okay, well, I'm doing this on my phone in a restaurant, and there's so many people checked in that I can't even see what's going on. But anyway, we got back Saturday from Santa Barbara, had a great trip, and it was quite successful. Mike and Matt were up there working on equipment, got the new transmitter installed. It is working fantastically. And I drove around town, and I got strong signals all over town unless I was right behind something. So it's really doing its job, and it's only running about 1/10 of the power that it could run. We'll probably run about double what double what we have.
You're still working on that, sir?
Yes, sir. And so that's all great. We patched up a cable that had a bad connector on it that was, I don't know, 20 years old or something like that. But I did all my weed abatement, and that went really well. The unfortunate part is you guys are still getting rain there. Those weeds that I mowed down are going to grow back within a month, and that's too bad. I'm not going to be whacking them again. So that's the first time that ever happened. Usually the rain stops in mid-May, and everything's dried out. And so that's all I've got on Santa Barbara, and save the rest for when you get to me in Mesa, Arizona. I don't know if Steve Morse is out there. He checked in Sunday night, and he has... he can check in and he can hear what's going on, but he can't talk to us because he's in a quiet zone. So he's out there, and I can't see. All I see is a lot of little dots, little teeny tiny thumbnails. But that's all I've got. Santa Barbara is alive and well. Back to you, WB9 KMO.
WB9 KMO KC6JPG. Well, very good, Rod. Thank you very, very much for the update on Santa Barbara. Congratulations on the new amplifier. It sounds like it's performing very great. And like I said, hoping I'd be up there and do a little testing up there with my ATV Go kit. And who knows? Because I got family up there. So time to say hi to the family and take ATV with me. We'll be back with you for the for the Arizona report. So definitely for Mesa. We got some great things coming on that as well. Rod, thank you so much for checking in. All right. Well, that's pretty much that's for Santa Barbara. And so we just go so we go all systems now on the RF side in Southern California. Oh, actually, let's do this. Let's go to Mount Potosi, and that serves the Las Vegas area. And, of course, that's where Dennis is at. And I think Dennis has quite a bit of show and tell, and I'm looking forward to finding out on, what he had over there on that shack over there. KA7HQP, KC6JPG. Dennis, great to see you. How things in Vegas?
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, that was the show and tell of the ham shack with the cell phone video, and I've since returned to the in-house computer system. But yeah, that's years and years. You have to remember I've been a ham since 1980. So what's that? 43 years I've been a ham. So I've had years and years to collect. Been in broadcast in the 70s and 90s, and I've had TV stations just give me stuff. It's just unheard of. Some of the audio modulators for the analog television stations. The ABC affiliate gave me the Optimod TV compressors for their and stereo generators for their transmitters. They gave a couple of those to me, and they're huge. So I've got 1 RU modulators that this commercial one for a TV station takes about 16 RU, 10 to 16 RU, and it does the same thing. But yeah, it's every so often I get the chance to test out my phone, and it's working correctly now. And I was able to get on Whereby with my phone, and I was at the Ham Shack. You guys got the chance to see the attack cat that does live in the Ham Shack. The Ham Shack's away from the house, and occasionally I'll spend the night out there with the attack cat, so the attack cat remembers who I am. But yeah, I've got like I said, I've got a collection of equipment, and I've had hams that have sold me their whole households when they've left Vegas and ran off to different states. So yeah, I've got quite the collection. It's indexing it that's hard. It's there's a lot of stuff, and I don't know. When I go, I figure I'll donate it to a club and let the club come down and figure out what to do with it. That's it. All right, Roland, that's all I got for tonight. Just another nice night, a little breezy, but terrific weather under the 90s in Vegas. It's like nothing to complain about. So this is K7HQP. Good night.
KA7HQP, KC6JPG. Well, very good. Thank you, Dennis, for sharing that. And like I said, your shack is very impressive with all that equipment, and of course, is very organized too. So I'm I'm very proud of you on that. So great job, and believe me, it will definitely be. I have to say that looks like more of a museum instead of a ham shack. So I'm very, very impressed. So thank you very much for taking care of all that equipment. Yeah. Very good, Dennis. Thank you very much for checking in with us. All right. Well, that takes care of Southern California. We're going to go. Actually, I thought I saw Mike in there from Valencia. K6LDK, KC6JP. There he is. K6LDK, KC6JPG. Mike, it's great to see you, my friend.
Oh, we're here occasionally. We're still doing two of the most important things in life. That is, stay vertical and take nourishment.
Well, very, very good. We were starting to get a little worried about you because you haven't been checking in this last several weeks, and I'm glad you're doing very, very well. It's great to see you again.
We're doing the best we can.
Yes, you are, and you're doing terrific, and I'm proud of you. So thank you very, very much, Mike, for checking in. And there you are, representing Valencia in the Southern California area, K6LDK. Thank you so much for everything you do, my friend. We're proud of you. Very, very proud of you. You're welcome. All right. All right. We turn it over to all stations on the RF side in Southern California for check-ins. Come in at this time, KC6JPG. Any missed members, come on in, or any ATVers or any IC905 users, come on in at this time. KC6JPG, net control.
I don't know if Norman checked. I don't know if Don checked there. This is KD6 and I see in Arcadia.
KD6NIZ, KC6JPG. Very good, Ron. We got you checked in from Arcadia, California. Thank you so much. Got through that radar. It was really nasty earlier when I called Mount Wilson earlier. I might have to choose Mount Wilson on the very end because of all that radar. It seems to get better once the sun has gone down. So, but we got you checked in. We got your audio. So thank you so much, Ron, for checking in. All right. Any other stations on the Southern California ATN system? KC6JPG. Net control. All right, we're going to go to our chapter stations now, and we're going to start from the East Coast, and that is our buddy Stephen, KC1LPZ in Massachusetts. Stephen, good evening, my friend. How's it going?
It's going good. When Ron had checked in there, and I heard some static. I says, "Oh no, don't tell me I've got a sound problem." But I was very happy that it was coming from his station. I had already knocked out part of my network inadvertently, and so I was tracing where the problem was and finally fixed it before it was my turn. Other than that, let's see. Oh yeah, my grandson, Sebastian, he's in this stage now where all he's doing when you ask him anything, he goes, he doesn't know, and he doesn't know. He doesn't have any idea what it means because we can ask him all kinds of questions, and he'll go, he's cute as hell, I got to tell you. So my wife and I, we were enjoying playing with him all kinds of no games, and that's my story. I'm going to pass it back over to you, Roland. KC1LPZ, over and listening.
KP1LPZ, KC6JPG. Hey, I just have a question. How old is your grandson? Come back, KC6JPG.
He is 7 months.
Wow, 7 months. Usually they say no in mine at 2 years old. Very, very well. He said he is a quick learner.
He doesn't say it. He just moves his head. He just started that a couple of days ago, and it's funny as hell. It's he has no idea what it means. We're trying to make him go up and down, but nope. This is the only way he goes. So.
That's awesome. I'm curious on what he's going to do at 2 years old. He's probably going to be doing algebra. That's cool, Stephen.
Stage. It's a great stage. My wife and I just thoroughly enjoy it.
That's great. Enjoy those moments. My son just got married, and it's just going to be a matter of time, probably within 3-4 years until we have our first grandchild. And I still got the bike trailer. I'm ready to take him out or her out on the bike, not take him out. No. We're going to have fun. Very good, Stephen. Thank you so much for checking in. Have fun with the family for sure. Thank you so much. We're going to New York this time, and that's where our buddy Manuel is at. In high crime city, New York City, the Big Apple. Oh, yeah, apple in your eye, baby. You got it. N2MJF, KC6JPG. Manuel, good to see you, my friend.
How you doing, everybody? Live from New York City, the Big the Big Apple. Yeah, today's weather's crazy. We got Canadian fires and all the smoke is coming down here. It looks like the Book of Revelations. The sky is whether I call it sackcloth and ashes coming down. It smells like a campfire here. And some excitement earlier, the police chasing a suspect through my housing project. It was kind of fun to see that. Other than that, the same usual thing, the apocalypse, crime, and fun here. And sometimes I get like this to my neighbors. They've been getting me annoyed sometimes upstairs. But other than that, it's the same stuff. I give it back to you, Roland.
Nice to see New York hasn't changed any.
Well, very good, Manuel. Thank you very much for checking in. Thank you very much for the New York Big Apple report. You're awesome. Thank you very much. And yeah, if you see some of those mental handicapped people out there, pass the straight jackets, definitely. And the look. You got it. Got to get the look. All right, we're going to go to North Carolina this time. And, of course, that's where our buddy John is at, AF7PA over in Mooresville. And, John, hey, it's great to see you out there, my friend. And hopefully things are going very, very well with you in North Carolina. Hopefully things are warming up in your end. So what's happening in your neck of the woods in amateur radio land? KC6JPG, net control. You need to unmute your mic, my friend. Unmute. You got it. No audio.
Let's say no audio. I got it. Well,
you got it now.
Yeah, we had 62 and severe clear today. So would you believe I had to stay in? It was too warm for me. I got a little more work to do here in the ham shack, and I just saw Mike is leaving a message for somebody. Maybe it's me. I'll have to look in a minute, Mark. Have a little more work to do here in the ham shack. The paperwork is just about done, and then we're going to start sorting cables. We're going to get this in shape yet. Okay. And that's about it. Who was that? Somebody over there on the coast told me that they got the weather I send them. I'm going to send you some more tomorrow. I think you'll get some wind. Other than that, we'll have to check with Wolfgang. So anyway, that's all I have. Thanks, Roland, again, and back to you. AF7PA.
AF7PA, KC6JPG. Very good, my friend. Thank you, John, for that report. I'm glad someone's enjoying the weather out there. Wow, 62 and extremely clear. I like that. My wife would love that kind of weather. She loves anything between 50 and 62. So that's her kind of weather. Very good, John. Thank you very much for checking in. All right, we're going to make our way to Florida this time. And that's where our net control and all things ATV out there in Panama City. And that's our buddy Wolf, KV4ATV. Wolf, great to see you tonight. Thank you very much for all the pictures and all that, the presentation. We appreciate you. And bringing it over to you, KC6JPG, net control.
Hello, Roland and the group and stuff. As Florida mentioned and stuff, we're working on some new site over here, and we're hoping we're going to be up there for the good grief, the ARRL field day. We're going to be operating from the old News Channel 13 site that we've got access to now. I've got the gate key, the building key and the gate code, so we got a tower up there. They have taken everything off of and gave us access. It's going to be a fun to get the antennas to the top. We got 300 feet to get to the top of that puppy. There's another tower over there that is about 150 feet. It's still got the old abandoned color weather radar on it. We call that thing, it looks like a golf ball, so they got to get the golf ball down so that we can stack another 100 feet on that tower. So I'm planning on putting the ATV repeater up there. We're going to be doing DMR. We're also going to be working on putting ARN mesh up there, plus our 1.25 and our other repeaters. So we'll be stringing off some dipoles and whatever up there. Hopefully that we'll have everything ready and stuff by the time the field day comes up. So we'll probably be operating from the WMBB antenna site. It's about 5.8 acres, so we got plenty of room for parking, etc. And we're going to do our, as you say, we're going to get under the canopy if it's cloudy or rainy or whatever, or too much sun, so we can have fans, but we'll be on our backup power to get our multipliers. And I'm hoping and stuff that we're, well, you know how it is, Roland. Get up there and cut off an inverted V or something, and running our JS8 call and everything from upward of 300 feet, we ought to be able to make some contact. So that's what we're working on down here. Me and Ron and Tim. I don't know where he's at right now, but we were over there. May, and we were aboard both of the Orion and the Hercules. The Hurricane. Good pictures and stuff I've already sent over to you. If you wanted to share them and stuff, Roland, you can, but You know, we had fun over there with the National Weather Service. We had media passes. And next time they have it over there, they said they were going to bring the aircrafts in and have me park the Suburban out there right between the tail of the aircraft. So, well, so much for me getting around and being able to talk to people. I'll probably be out there just answering questions and letting people see it. So Mike will probably be surprised and stuff at what I've done with the old Suburban, Mike, and stuff. It's kind of turned into a vehicle over here. As my wife says, kind of high profile. So anyway, still chasing weather. We've got our new GR2 Analysis 3 up and running. As you can see in the background from me, whatever, that we can now bring up 3D images anywhere in the United States and track tornadoes and hail signatures from the ground up. That's real heavy in the meteorology. So as who was that over there in North Carolina and stuff asking me about the winds? I forgot who it was, but yeah, I guess, Roland, I'm kind of trying to, or not trying to, I guess I'm turning into the doggone Jim Cantori of the ATN. Anyway, I'll turn it back to you. That's about what we got going over here, and I'll let Ron pick it up and run it from here. I don't know what he's working on down there, but anyway, I'll turn it over and let y'all go at that. So I will keep y'all updated and stuff, and hopefully we will get the stuff over to Gordon. And Gordon said he was going to pass it down to Don Wilbank, so we should be seeing this come up on the, yeah, there you go, Ron. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, there's one of them. Mike, take a look. If you get your eyes off of whatever you're looking at. There we go. How you like the way your Suburban looks now? Ha ha ha. We've definitely done some changes to it. So anyway, working on all of that and following this stuff. By the way, if y'all haven't been watching Talents of Scope over there on the space weather, we've been hit with some pretty good stuff here lately. And we've had a few blackouts and stuff on the radio due to space weather. So I would encourage people, you know, get in there, check her out and stuff, and keep a watch on what's going on with the space weather, because it's definitely making a difference and stuff on GPS drone flyers. She warned, watch out, because the GPS and stuff have been having problems. Been warning the commercial airlines about, you know, doing flights way up to the north, that GPS have been messing up, and she said even drone pilots need to kind of, oh, thank you, Ron, watch out due to the fact that, you know, your drone may not lock in. Yeah, there it is, up there on my radar unit on the back. Anyway, careful if you're flying your drones and stuff, because those things may not lock in. They said stay visual flight rules so the doggone things won't crash. Anyway, I'll turn it over to Ron and let y'all have it roll. That's all I've got from down here in Panama City on my end right now.
KV4ATV, KC6JPG. Well, very good, Wolf. Wow, that's a lot of information. That's wonderful. Thank you very much for your contributions. And of course, Ron was showing some great pictures of the Storm Chaser, and we're definitely going to go right now to Ron. KK4YZE, KC6JPG. Looks like you got some show and tell, my friend, and we're going to pass it over to you. And we're definitely remembering this very, very honorable day known as D-Day. So for those that, you know, served in World War II, we definitely honor those that, you know, that fought for our rights and fought for our freedom on that. So, Ron, we're going to pass it over to you. KK4YZE, KC6JPG.
All right, KK4YZE here. Gentlemen, it is D-Day, and also in that was in the Atlantic. We had some issues dealing with the Pacific in World War II a few years earlier, or Battle of Midway, which was the turning point in the Pacific. They are having an anniversary celebration recognition day tomorrow at the Navy base. It's the laying of the wreath at 10:25 hours Central Time, and I have been invited to play taps as the wreath is being lowered into the bay. So they are recognizing the Midway ships, the ships that were lost in the Midway battle, as well as the aircraft and the men that have paid the ultimate price. So this is their recognition day, if you will. So on Memorial Day, I was found by one of the Navy base workers, public affair workers, and because I'm the TAPS player, and they had asked me to play this. So I'm honored and privileged to do this, and I hope I get to do it again in the future. I've had two firsts so far this year. One was a honor walk, and now this blessing for the memorial of the Midway battle. So we have two big things going on this week for our history, and we have to, going back to May 29th, Memorial Day, to remember those who paid the ultimate price. So going along with what Wolfgang was saying, there's a lot of good things going on. Those pictures that I was showing were from the was it in April Warrior Beach retreat that he got to be in the parade with that vehicle. So more and more people are seeing his vehicle, and we're getting the word out to where a lot of people are getting more concerned about what is going on in this area. So hopefully the more they see that vehicle and start asking questions, the more concerned they'll be about hurricanes and the inclement weather issues that we have in this area. So that's all I have for now. I hope that y'all have a good week. This is KK4YZE. Have a blessed week.
KK4YZE, KC6JPG. Well, thank you very, very much, Ron. And like I said, we thank you for your service, and that's what an honor to being playing taps in honor of D-Day. So, and you know, it's a very touching moment for. Okay. Microphone. Okay, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. KK4YZE. KC6JPG. Thank you very, very much, Ron, for checking in with us. And of course, what an honor for you to playing taps on this very honored occasion for today, for D-Day. So very, very honored for you doing that. Of course, you know, we're a military family as well, my son being a Marine, and looks like my younger son might be joining the Air Force. So we're right now just waiting word for his application. And, of course, my father served as a Marine. So, wow, what an honor. And, well, you know what they say, you know, that's one thing about the Storm Chaser / Shea TV / everything vehicle that you guys down there, the greater numbers for the greater good. So people definitely need to ask questions so they can, you know, it's now starting as hurricane season. We had a named hurricane not too long ago off the Gulf. So, yep, it's time to prepare once again. So, and we appreciate all of your efforts down there in Panama City and keep everyone safe. So that's great. So thank you so much, Ron, for checking in with us. Well done, my friend. Take care. All right. We continue on, and looks like we're going to be continuing with Florida. We got Tim. That's right. And that's K04 WGE, and also representing Florida. And so, Tim, it's great to see you, my friend, and thank you very much for chiming in with us on amateur television and how things are with you, and good evening.
Good evening. Thank you very much. Got the rig going. It's a pleasure hanging around with Wolfgang and Ron. Getting things done here. I'm in the process of trying to get it a transmitter for the rig itself. I was able to find a picture of the tower for interested reasons. Let me show you here if I can. There's a picture of it. I don't have an idea of how to turn my phone around, but this is 300 feet, and this one's 110. Plus, there's still one satellite dish. You can see it. Sorry, my technical skills not the greatest. But hopefully going to get a amplifier for the rig to supplement operations need be for search and rescue or ham radio operations. So, and the rig, I got a picture of the rig here. That's what the looks like now. I did have it in the ambulance, and I sold it and put everything in the camper. So, ready to rock and roll as soon as we get everything that I need. So I'll be quiet now and bring it back to net control, KO4WG.
Get things updated to that new mayor, and hopefully he will give us more permission to do things that we haven't been able to in the past. Just a heads up. KK4YZEL.
KK4YZE, KC6JPG. Very good, Ron. Thank you very much for filling in. And Tim, thank you very much for showing the rig. That's very impressive. We really like that. So, well, that's going to be, hey, Wolf, that looks pretty complimentary with the Storm Chaser vehicle. That's pretty darn cool. Well, very good. Well, Tim, that was great work that you do. And little secret regarding if you want to go landscape, or we call it television mode, you just rotate that phone 90 degrees to landscape, and you'll be on proper 1920 by 1080 landscape. So that will be great. There you go. See? Look at you. Now I'm gonna bring you up right now so you can see yourself. And let's turn the audio off. And there you go. Look at you. I'm going to bring you up here and then watch this. There you go. Now you're full screen. Yeah, exactly. Oh, very good, Tim. Yeah, and it's funny you say, it's funny because, my two sons, when they were in high school, they're doing TikTok videos, right? And of course, they see me shoot landscape because, I'm an old TV guy, right? And you go, Dad, we don't shoot that way. I said, I'm sorry, but if you're going to shoot on television, you have to shoot that way. Nothing drives me crazy than watching profile and blanking on both sides. That's good. All right, Tim, thank you very much for checking in. We appreciate you. Very good. Okay, there's our Florida chapter right there. And let's go ahead and go to Arizona this time. And this time, I thought I saw Mr. I thought I saw Mr. Lee in there, but I don't think so. But we're gonna go back to Rod this time. We're gonna get an update of what's gonna be happening in the Arizona chapter for this weekend, and of course an update on the Mesa repeater system. So let's bring up Rod again. WB9 KMO KC6JPG. Rod, hey, from Santa Barbara to Mesa. Here we go, my friend. Welcome again.
Be right back. Okay, can you see me? I don't know. The screen is kind of small here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we hear you. Q5, my friend, sounding great.
Okay, we're in the car. Decided to make a stop at DQ for some caramel malts, and so that'll keep us happy for a little while. Not healthy, but happy. Yeah, in Arizona, we've got a lot going on around here. Of course, Mike is coming on the weekend. There'll be a lot of activity with the White Tank team going up there. And so that'll be good. Lee and I are going to stay down at sea level, and we're going to run some tests. One of my tests is going to be setting up the IC 905 and transmitting in on 2441.5. And another test will be setting up for receiving 5910. So hopefully I will do both of those. And in fact, I'm probably also going to transmit 5712.5 into the repeater. So we got lots of FM inputs and outputs, and that's going to make a nice test signal for that. So I guess I should try to get a recording of that, but I don't know if that qualifies. I think you said it had to come through Santiago. Well, I can't do that yet. But along those lines, actually sending Santiago through our repeaters. I want to talk to you as soon as possible to get the detail on what I'm going to do for the system here. I think I just need I think I just need a URL and maybe a port. So if you can send that to me, email or however, and I'll probably use VLC to look at it first, but I've got a Grand Stream, and I probably will like Pi. I'm just curious, what do you use on your end to receive streams like that? I think you probably use some kind of a laptop or desktop. Go ahead.
WB9KMO KC6JPG. Okay, well, first of all, yeah, the Cerevo Live Show Pro is hooked up at Mike's QTH. He only got video routed at the moment, no audio at the moment. So not able to, receive the PL tones and all that yet, but, definitely we'll get you the site address so you can access it and you configure things. That would be great. And of course, receiving it, I usually just use Whereby for the lowest latency. I try to avoid YouTube at all costs. And of course, we're streaming on BATC. We can do it that way too. And you can, depict the encode signal going to BATC. And of course, Plan C is going to ATN2 on Whereby. So ATN2 have been reserved for repeaters only, and this way they can have a test signal and see the return picture. So we can definitely do that for you and bring Santiago Peak that way so you can see your return. And I think we lost him. He's in DQ. Or QRP. There he is. There you go.
Internet problem. When will the audio be available? I need the audio.
Well, Mike's gonna hopefully have that. Mike's gonna hopefully get that all hooked up for you, before the weekend. So before he leaves for Arizona, so this way that you get things hooked up.
Not 100% certain. I'd have to.
That would be fantastic. Fantastic.
Okay, he said not 100% certain, but hey, we'll give it every effort. So, but I'll get you the URL so you can at least see the video. And of course, we can just let me know if you're going to be doing some testing. We can definitely turn the beacon on.
Baby steps, even baby steps headed the right direction. We'll eventually get there. Okay, thanks a lot. That's what I've got. There's a lot more going on around here, but those are the highlights. Back to you, WB9KMO Mesa.
WB9KMO KC6JPG. Very good, Ron. Thank you very much for that update. We really appreciate you. Very, very good. All right, continuing with Arizona, we got Charles out there, VW7VF. And Charles, hey, great to see you, my friend, once again. And hopefully you had a wonderful time during the workshop. And how's it going on your end? KC6JPG, net control.
I think my frame is free, so I wanted to say hi. I won't take too much time, but I have a son in the Air Force, Roland. He's 33 years old. He's doing quite well. They like his aptitude. Also, today is my 42nd wedding anniversary with my wife, and we, of course, had to take care of kids today, every day. And I have an 8-year-old granddaughter. She wants to take the technician license exam coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll see how that works out. And
8-year-old can do it.
Yeah, maybe the 6-year-old will be able to do a dry run also on that exam. So anyway, I can't stay too long. I've got an early morning appointment. So I'll send it back to you, Roland, KC6JPG, W7VF.
W7VF, KC6JPG. Charles, thank you very, very much. Congratulations on the anniversary. That is awesome. And hey, if your granddaughter gets the technician ticket, she will be qualified for being net control for Arizona. Yeah. Television. She'll be a YouTube superstar. And there we go. See, Mike? We're getting the young ones in. There's our technician for Arizona. young, and I love it. Thanks, Charles, for checking in. Appreciate you. Very, very good. All right. Let's see. Anyone else in Arizona? I think we covered Arizona. And sweet dreams to you too, Manuel. Thank you very much for checking in. Yes, it's getting close to 9 o'clock. I know. Our nets are becoming an hour and a half long. Quite amazing. But you know what? We're going to go to Northern California. And that's where our buddy Jim is at, the rock star of the Mount Diablo repeater system, K6SOE, KC6JPG. Jim, good evening, my friend. How's it going on your end?
Good evening, Roland and the net. Well, things are going quite well so far. That the weather system that you send up north here got my roofing company a little excited yesterday afternoon, so they came and covered the roof, which I'm glad they did because it actually precipitated this morning. So that, and earlier this afternoon, the new air conditioning contractor came, disconnected the unit, and instead of using a crane, they had 6 guys over here to lift the unit up off the pedestal and set it on the roof adjacent to where we need to repair. And the roofing people actually came and fixed the underlayment plywood. So I'm ready for them to come and put in the new pedestal and reset the unit and start on the roof. So we're, I'd say 50% done on the upstairs, and I got a schedule Friday for somebody to come put the ceiling in down in the shack. So we're full speed ahead. That's the update here. So back to net, K6SOE.
K6SOE, KC6. Wolf's got a question. Okay, Wolf, what's the question? Go ahead.
Can you do us a favor? Tim, KO4WGE has got DroidStar installed, but I think he is needing a vocoder to get it straightened out, to get him up on the DMR and stuff. So you helped me out with that. So I was going to say, could you take just a little bit of time possibly and kind of direct him where to get the vocoder stuff put in so that we can get him up here on. We've gotten one other station. I don't see him in here tonight. That was going to be one over here off our east coast close to David. I don't see David or Bob Colbert in here, but Bob Colbert did a test with me on the 3196 and the 36360. But then he tried Monday night and didn't hear anything, even though he was in there for like 3 or 4 hours. But I'd really like to help Tim and stuff get up on our DMR. If you would please assist him with that just a little bit.
KB4ATV, KC6JPG. Yeah, I'll do my very, very best. Just let me, just have him email me my call at rolandvideo.com. And just let me know on what is he needing regarding DMR. Does he need his, radio, DroidStar? I mean, you know, like I said, there's a lot of different flavors for DMR today, including Echolink. So I believe Echolink now has a DMR access. So yeah. So if you just
DroidStar. So anyway, he's on there. I'm just hoping he was making notes and stuff where to email you or get a hold of you. If you want me to, I'll pass your number on to him.
Okay, no problem. But there are a lot of videos on YouTube on DroidStar, so you know that's one way of doing it. The tricky part is that vocoder, and making sure the URL for the vocoder is right in the field so it can download itself. And of course, it all depends on the kind of device that you have, whether you need a 32-bit or a 64-bit. I always try the 64-bit if you have the latest and greatest phones, and that usually works very, very well. But sometimes that's not the case, especially with Android. You never know. And so if that doesn't work, then you have to do the 32-bit vocoder. Anyway, but that's the big trick.
His biggest thing was he was on the wrong Brandmeister. I think they got 3 North American channels. He was on the wrong one. And once I did a screenshot and sent it to him, he was able to lock in. So that's one things I just wanted to mention is make doggone sure that you're on the correct Brandmeister. I guess that's what channel or highway. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. You're not going to get in.
Understandable, but 3104 is usually the primary, and that's usually the Brandmeister network that we are usually on. But 303 and 302, 3104, 3103, 3102, they're all servers in different areas, and it goes into the central system for Brandmeister, so it should work. 3104 is the primary choice for reaching us here. So. But usually all of them work. So I know that when I got first started in DMR, we definitely had some growing pains because the 3 different servers weren't linked with each other at the time because Brandmeister was still in its infancy, and now it's pretty much matured. And I'll tell you, if you're trying to get a talk group number, a dedicated talk group number, it's very difficult. And I was very, very fortunate that the Amateur Television Network has been involved since in the 80s. We've been major involvement with a lot of health and welfare and emergency traffic, and that's what we got our 4-digit 3196 talk group on Brandmeister. And I'd like to put a big plug to the people on Brandmeister that really helped us getting a 4x talk group. Thank you so much. Boy. It goes without saying, we have ourselves a private line, a private, dedicated talk group for all things ATV and all things ATN. So it was very, very exciting. Open to all. So you don't need to have a membership to go onto the repeater or go into our talk group. You just simply call in, and we'll love to talk to you about ATV because that's what we love to do. We're engineers. Most of us are engineers in the business, including myself. And love it, still enjoy it, still involved in it, and it's just been wonderful. All right, well, thank you, Wolf, and thank you for that. And Tim, yes, I will definitely help you out. We'll definitely get you on board on DMR. All right, that is what I have, and that's what we have it. Any last-minute check-ins before we go into Don Wilbanks and Newsline? KC6 JPG, Net Control. Okay, without any further ado, we're going to have Don Wilbanks in the latest edition of Amateur Radio Newsline.
From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2379, this is Ham Nation Headlines for Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. What do you get when you combine 2 incredibly brave radio amateurs and 1 very small granite outcropping in the middle of the ocean? You get a very rare DX entity and a great adventure. Newsline anchor Jim Dameron, N8TMW, takes us there.
The big challenge is on. Our top story takes us to the uninhabitable granite islet in the North Atlantic Ocean known as Rockall Island, which is being activated by 2 amateur radio operators. Ed Durant, DD5LP, takes us there.
As Newsline went to production, 2 hams were on the air and the competition for contacts was predictably intense. It's a challenge for chasers around the world. For the hams, the challenge is even bigger. Emil Bergman, DL8JJ, and Nobby Styles, G0VJF, hope to break the record of a 46-day stay on the Rock set in 2014. The pair and their exhibition leader Cam Cameron plan to stay on the Rock for as long as 50 or 60 days and raise £50,000 for charity. This coveted DX is designated IOTA number EU189 and is a most wanted location. Be listening for MM0UKI and cross your fingers that they are listening for you. This is Ed Durant, DD5LP.
While we're on the subject of exotic DX, hospitalized children outside Washington, D.C. were given a chance to talk with an ISS astronaut recently on amateur radio.
Having fulfilled the first part of his space mission a few days earlier to arrive on board the ISS, astronaut John Schaffner, KO4MJC, got underway with one of his next goals, to share the joys and opportunities of STEM studies as an educator. On May 26th, he shared that view from space through a QSO with youngsters at the Children's Inn in Bethesda, Maryland. It was a telebridge contact that made use of a ground station in Belgium with the call sign ON4 ISS. The youngsters at the Children's Inn learned about life in space and got a closer look at to the way amateur radio can connect people. The Children's Inn provides a free residential environment to children and young adults who are patients at the National Institutes of Health as a means of reducing stress on the young patients and furthering the Institute's clinical research. With the help of ARISS and amateur radio, the youngsters also got a view of the great things that can happen beyond the bounds of planet Earth. This is Patrick Clark, K8TAC.
Staying up in the final frontier, two satellite enthusiasts recently logged a contact that they claim has set a new record.
Two satellite enthusiasts are claiming a new QSO distance record with the SO50 satellite in a May 24th contact that covered 5,584 kilometers, the distance between Michigan and Northern Ireland. Joe, KE9AJ, notes on his QRZ.com page that he has long had a particular enthusiasm for extreme distance satellite QSOs. He and George, MI0ILE, were able to log one another and claim bragging rights to having beaten the previous record by 61 kilometers. That record was set in 2018 by Jerome F4DXV and Scott N1AIA between France and Maine. This is Neil Rapp, WB9VPG.
And a final note, the nomination period for the 2023 Newsline Young Ham of the Year has closed, and we have a number of nominees for the judging committee to consider. We'll announce the winner in the coming weeks and present our 2023 Young Ham of the Year live on stage at the Huntsville Ham Fest, Saturday, August 19th in Huntsville, Alabama. And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news since 1976 at arnewsline.org. With Jim Dameron and 8TMW, Ed Durant, DD5LP, Patrick Clark, K8TAC, Neil Rapp, WB9VPG, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team across the globe. I'm Don Wellbanks, AE5DW. 7-3. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.
Don, for this week's edition of Amateur Radio Newsline, we really appreciate you. Very good report. Wow, great stuff. I love it. I love the shirt, too. Very good. All right, any last-minute comments, questions before we close our net and go into our Whereby Roundtable? KC6 JPG, net control. Yeah, it's that time where we're getting a lot of noise on the repeaters. It happens. A lot of QRM out there tonight. All right. Well, this has been the Amateur Television Network's The Weekly Net. We definitely appreciate each and every one of you. It will be, yes, this net will be on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, because we have a very, very special gift to you, that every time that we're on the air, you get notified. You got it. And we're on the air on our nets on YouTube each and every Tuesday. And, of course, we're on the net on Thursdays during non-SBMS meetings, and, of course, Sunday for the Arizona net. This is Roland, KC6JPG, with the words of Bob Minnick, W8ARZ. Without you, there would not be a net. And we appreciate each and every one of you for coming in tonight and checking in with us. And at 9:05 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time The Amateur Television Network's The Weekly Net is now officially closed. The repeaters in the ATN system are now returned for their normal use. Take care, 73, and we will see you next week on the Amateur Television Network's The Weekly Net. KC6, JPG, clear.